In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to add decorative panels to the pop box, like this one done by Roshan, to actually turn a simple box into a beautiful favour box. So what I've done already, I've cut some card. So I've got a card that matches, and I've cut this to 2.5 inches square. And if you see, that is almost the exact size of the box. The box is designed at 2.5 inches. So these will fit on exactly in there, and it will just give us a really nice relief. And we could, of course, cut the panel into the box as well. But for this time, we're just going to do a decorative panel. So all I do is choose the panels that I want to. Really simple. Face that into the middle. Tape that down. And we just simply cut that panel. And again, you could cut these into the middle of a large piece of card, no problem. So I'm just going to run that through my die cutting machine. So we've cut this die. And take the pieces out, and you can see there very simply how it cuts all of the pieces out, and they will fit exactly onto the front of your box so that you can give a sturdy box with a detail on. So all I do is add a little bit of spray glue, or you could use the Craft Artist glue glaze again, which is a glue designed specifically for putting delicate die cut pieces on. And all we're going to do is we're going to go with, actually I think we're going to go with the heart, and make sure when you're putting these panels on that you're putting them on so that the bottom comes into this middle, faces into this middle square here. So I think we're going to go with one of the other panels here, which is Love, and I line up the bottom corner and then press on. And we've got another one of our little sort of almost an Art Deco heart design. Again, line up into the corner, place it on. So we pop those together. So we've got then our 3 panels around, and I've done one which is the wedding bells for the top, but of course this could be for an anniversary or any other occasion. You could do this for Christmas as well, as bells are very good for Christmas. And you'll notice on the top the lid is slightly bigger, so when you put one on the top you get this beautiful edge all the way around it. So there we've got our square made with our 3 panels on the side and 1 on the top. And next I'm going to show you how we cut panels into the box itself. So now we're going to cut panels actually into the die itself, or the box itself. And if you can see here, I've already cut it out using the Advent Pop Box die, and these are designed so that they will fit in. However, if you cut them at the same time as cutting the box, you're asking your machine to cut a lot of detail. So I find it easier to cut the box out first. And again, if you're making a lot of these, say for a party or for a wedding or an engagement, you can have one person cutting a lot of the boxes, and you can kind of do a production line. So all you do is you must make sure you put all of the folds in before you cut in the panels. And the reason for that is, if we don't put these folds in, when the box goes back through the machine, some of these lines to fold on can be crushed a little bit or flattened, and you may lose the actual indication of where those lines are. So we want to make sure that we've almost made the box up with all of the folds before we start the cutting. We then turn it onto the reverse, and remember, this centre here is the base. So anything we want to cut in needs to be cut in with the bottom against this square here. So I'm going to go with Love at the front. So I'm just going to tape that down, and I've made sure the base is coming to this square. Yeah, I'm going to put the heart on one side. Again, if I wanted to repeat that on the other side, I would simply run it through once and then again. And I think I'm going to go with the flower on this side. So I've got a different piece on each one. And I'm going to go with the wedding bells again on the top. And this time, think about how the box folds. So to the front, it needs to be that way. So it's an opposite. So if you fold the box up, it's just easier to work out where things are going. So just make sure I've got that well taped down. If you're concerned, tape it twice. And we'll just simply run that back through our die cutting machine with those 4 panels in. So that's run through our die cutting machine. So I'm just simply going to take the panels off first. Just be a little bit careful, some of them are quite delicate. And then all we need to do is to simply either flick out, and I tend to give my card a good flick first, as it gets the majority of the pieces out before I have to start going in with a pokey tool. I can then have a look and see if there's any little areas that have not fallen out. So we'll get those bits out there, everything out of that one, and that one. And so we could simply fold this back up. You see how easy it is to fold once we'd actually made those folds before we started, and how much harder it would be now. So we give them a good press again along each of the lines, and because we already folded them at first, they'll fold quite well. But you can see here how delicate it is between there and there. If we hadn't have made that fold, it would be very, very difficult to get these to stick together. So we could just pop our box together like that and pop our lid on, or what we're going to do is put some panels in. So what I've done is I've taken a contrasting colour, and this time I've cut these to 2 1/8, or 2 1/4, sorry. So add a little bit of glue all the way around, or for speed, if you want to, you can use spray glue. You need to be careful with the spray glue that you're just getting it inside the base. And by cutting these panels slightly shorter, you can see here they fit in exactly. If we cut these to the full sort of 2.5 inches, then they would butt up to the edges and it would be hard to fold. So we're just going to pop our last one in place. There we go. I'm going to glue down my tabs again using the glue glaze. You need something that is very strong, that grabs quite quickly for this. So we're just going to hold those 2 tabs in place for a couple of minutes. There we go. And then we fold our box in onto the lid. And there we go. Give it a press down. And we've got there a beautiful box with love, the flower, the heart, and the bells on the top. So those are the 2 different options. We've kind of done a reverse on that, but that's what's possible by using the new insert dies.